So very occasionally, I see a picture leaked of a golf club that I think, wow, that could be the perfect club. And you have to wait, but eventually get your hands on it. Now, which club is it? Well, you already know if you've clicked on this video. It's the new Ping i59 irons. Right, so first of all, why was I so excited about the i59s? Well, when you look at the head, and I saw pictures of these a couple of months ago when some tour players put them in the bag, and from the back, these look a gorgeous set of golf clubs. And they look like a player's club. Now, whether I'm a player or not, you comment below. But it looked sleek. It's got forged on the back. We'll discuss how true forged it is. But I've got 5-iron, 7-iron and 9-iron, and I'm going to talk through some of the tech in the head because it is a hollow-headed iron. And a lot of irons nowadays are becoming this way so that they look a bit more like a blade from the back, and even down behind the golf ball certainly looks a relatively small head, but looks like something that should have a little bit of forgiveness for being hollow, but might appeal to the better ball striker. Now, i59 is replacing iBlade, which I think's been out for about 5 years, so quite a long time, and Ping aren't a company that change overly often, but usually see about a 2-year cycle. So this has been, I would say, probably in design for a while, and I think from a technical perspective, it really ticks a lot of boxes. So it's a nice compact head behind the golf ball. I think the 7-iron, interestingly, when you look at the face, Ping have actually got more grooves in the face. So 4 more grooves in the face, and the idea being that in the short irons, maybe if there's moisture or dirt, to clean the ball better to stop flyers, but in the long irons to keep the spin up. So I'm going to hit a couple of shots and talk a little bit more about the technology, but the 7-iron is 34 degrees, so more traditional in loft, but I think straight away behind the golf ball, absolutely ticking the boxes of what I would like to look at. Now, it definitely feels good. Now, I showed you the little forged bit on the back. It's a hollow body, so it's not one piece of metal. So it's a forged, constructed back with a face that's put on with an aluminium insert behind to kind of help refine the sound and the feel. And the idea being the aluminium behind the face, they can take 30 grams of weight saving to put it around the outside. So I do like how it sounded. I'd love it to feel a little bit softer, but maybe can't have absolutely everything in an iron nowadays. But first one there was good. And I mean, it definitely launches well. And for a 34 degree 7-iron, I think that travels the kind of distance I would expect. And the one nice thing is being at that loft, we get a very true backspin number. So it's not a club, I don't think, if you're looking for an iron that really bombs it, this isn't going to be for you. I think if you're someone who's a bit quicker on the club head speed though, and maybe some of the modern stuff doesn't spin enough, this will potentially give you a little bit more control. And again, that's absolutely great. Love that. And it's funny, definitely for me, the hollow construction kind of just gives me a little bit more confidence that if I've got that strike a little bit off center, I still should get an awful lot of distance. So I always talk about how I think accuracy side to side is me. The front to back dispersion, as long as I'm not really mishitting, it shows how forgiving the club is. And I mean, all in all there, I think that's absolutely lovely. So let's have a look at some averages for 7-iron and see how i59 at 34 degrees stacks up. So we're looking from 87 mile an hour club head speed, 115 mile an hour ball speed, 1.32 smash, launch angle at 19.5, backspin at just under 7,000, which I love. That's going to give me lots and lots of control, 155 carry and 160 total. So we can see that one that I just tweaked a little bit left, but all in all, front to back dispersion, really, really good. Right, so that moves me into 5 iron. So we're now 27 degrees, so still decent loft for a modern iron. Down behind the golf ball, still on the smaller side. Now, Ping are actually saying that i59, even though it's a smaller head, the design of the head is going to be as forgiving as i210. Now, I know a lot of lads who kind of went with i210 because of the forgiveness, but I think those guys might, when they try these, just the looks might just persuade them to make that little change. But idea being at 27 degrees, like I said, more grooves on the face. The idea being trying to keep that little bit of backspin in those longer irons. So again, looks good behind the golf ball. I mean, feels good. Definitely launches high, no problem getting the ball in the air. Now, interestingly, I've got one of the stock shafts in this for this year. So the Project XLS. So a low spinning shaft, apparently, but definitely when I hit these, and I might prove myself very wrong with this, but it feels like I'd struggle, certainly in warm-up, to hit one that turns over too much, which predominantly is my bad shot, but the shaft does feel kind of very firm. Feels very stable through impact. So let's go a few more with the 5 iron. It does feel easy. It does feel really easy to hit. I mean, even off 7 iron and 5 iron there, obviously this isn't a hint at all for anyone watching from Ping. I could quite easily put these in the bag. But let's go 2 more with the 5 iron. Well, if you were watching carefully, there was the kiss of death put in there, wasn't there? So let's look at the numbers. Now, I'm expecting side-to-side dispersion. Not to be great because of that left one, but let's just look at the numbers, kind of, is 5 iron doing what 5 iron should do, distance-wise, spin-wise, because I was pretty impressed with those. Right, so we can see the 4 that just hung out to the right, and that's definitely where the shaft just feels a little bit more stable, but we did have that horror one out to the left. But you can see front to back dispersion actually very good. So we can see club speed just under 91, ball speed at 124.5, a solid smash factor for something with that loft, launching at 17 degrees, just under 5,000 spin. So for me, absolutely seeing what I would want to see. And at just under 182 carry, I think that's gapping in quite nicely from 7 iron to 5 iron. Right, so finally into the 9 iron. So definitely for me, kind of 5 iron I thought looks really like a player's club. 7 iron, very much so. I like the look of 9 iron, but I just think it looks a little bit bigger than I would expect the 9 iron to look in a player's set of clubs. Some of you might love the look of that. That's just my personal opinion on that. So let's hit some with 9 iron, and I would be hoping probably around 135-ish. Again, just feels like the rest of the clubs, like that. Only criticism, and I made the comment earlier in the video, is it says forged on the back. It doesn't feel like I would expect a forged club to feel. Pretty good. Again, I would hope with 9 iron, wouldn't be spraying it around too much. And certainly 9 iron at 42 degrees, not expecting this one to be super long, but I want to see that control. And I haven't tested it in this video, but again, the Hydro Pearl 2.0 finish on these irons. So obviously when there's a little bit of moisture out there, testing on previous models with this finish, it's really helped keep that spin up irrelevant of the conditions you're playing in. Maybe, if I get enough likes, enough good comments, enough views, might take these 3 out on the course, hit them out some different lies, get some feedback off TrackMan, and just see a total performance. But you have to show me the love, so below and maybe. So let's have one last one with the 9 iron and then look at some numbers. And all in all, yep, ticks all the boxes. So again, we can see front to back dispersion really good with the 9 iron and actually a little bit wider than with 7 iron, but that's me. 5 iron is the widest of the lot. Again, user error, but we look there, club speed 84, ball speed 103, smash factor what I'd expect. Launching at 25 degrees, just under 8,000 spins. So I would have probably just hoped for a little bit more spin. I don't mind because I hit the ball high and I can get the ball coming down to stop. Carry 132, total 135. Right then, so i59 just might be the most, or maybe the closest to perfect iron Ping have ever made. So I think it absolutely ticks the boxes on looks, performance, maybe not perfect on feel. I would just love it to be just that smidge softer, but definitely for me, the best they've ever made. Maybe not going to be for everyone with the forgiveness level and the lofts, but I think if you're a golfer who hits the ball a decent distance, who wants a little bit of forgiveness, this is definitely something you need to try, potentially going in the bag. Lots of good equipment out there nowadays, so if you get that chance to hit stuff side by side, that can be massively beneficial. But like I said before, if anyone from Ping's watching, I could definitely put them in the bag. So guys, hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, like it and share it, comment below and I'll get back to as many people as I can. There's another video just there that hopefully you'll enjoy, help you play better golf, hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here soon. Stay in contact.